I'm not a huge fan of the big vertical grips, like the B5, even the BCM one that you got on your Daniel. That's a little too. That's a little too big for me. I like the Tiger Claws or this thing.
I think it all goes back to the Tommy gun, man.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you look at the Tommy gun. It had that foregrip on it. Now was it vertical? And a lot of it just goes into bad law writing. Call it a box, but it's a cylinder.
Oh yeah.
With the
You
buffer and the
twist off?
spring. You can just boing, boing, boing. Yeah, it probably looked bad.
That one is a lot of fun.
Welcome back to another episode of the AT3 Tactical Podcast. Last week, we were in Wisconsin with the guys from Breek and
Wisconsin.
Yeah, Charlie was out on the grill when we were doing that with Mike from Breek, I believe. Or he was at least in the garage hanging out with that dog.
Oh.
One of the two. And then CJ was our peanut gallery for that. But we are back in Minnesota now. And
back in the studio, home turf.
Yep. And CJ went out to the warehouse. And he's a big box of stuff. Charlie and I have no idea what it is, so we're going to do some blind reacting to the stuff.
I can see it under the table, but he's got a jacket over it.
He's hiding it. There must be something like really cool in there.
I got some stuff over it.
Got
So
a camo jacket,
I
so
went
you can't even
through.
see it.
I went through the warehouse and I decided to get some new arrivals. At least I went through the website and found some new arrivals. I figured we could have kind of an open talk about what's new, why is it new, why did we decide to add it, what we think about it. What we think
We
about
don't have a
those parts.
website. What are you talking about?
Well, we have a website of sorts. We're on a website right now. We're on
that's true.
YouTube.com. We're on YouTube.com.
That's right.
Yeah. See.
We're on YouTube.com. You can say that all you want.
Yeah. That's where we want to be. Anyway.
Restart this.
No, we're good.
That's where we want to be. Anyway.
We're running
Might
this.
want to cut that part then.
Okay, so I think the first thing I want to talk about. Okay, this apparently is. This will go pretty quick. This one will go pretty quick. I'll just get us warmed up.
The what?
I figured this is the Magpul SVG. This is one of the newer Magpul vertical foregrips. I figured
Short
grips.
vertical grip.
Short vertical grips. I figured since
Stubby vertical grip.
yeah, vertical grips are all the rage these days, or at least they're all in the controversy. And so you have this one, which is a bit stubbier than like the B5, or not the B5. Well, yeah, the B5 and the BCM. That's what I'm thinking of.
She's short front to back.
Yeah. And you see the picture on the box. I don't know if people can really see that, but how this guy is gripping it. It's not like the broomstick style. He's gripping it in sort of the C-clamp
modified
way.
C-clamp,
I
the
just wondered. I don't know if
BCM
we've ever
B5.
talked. I don't know if we've ever talked about like grips and grip styles and what you guys do. I know I like this modified grip, and I think this one's super interesting to me. But I just kind of wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it.
I don't get too caught up with grips. I go with what's comfortable. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a C-clamp. Like, that's the way I do it.
Sure.
But now if you put, like, a stop on there or some like, I'll start breaking my pinky back into it and ring finger. But I don't know. I don't get too caught up in grips. I find what's comfortable that you can shoot with.
Sure.
And call that good.
Fun fact, this is the same size on the box as it is in real life.
Oh, really? That is true. Look at that.
awesome.
That's like the
It's
exact same size.
same size in the box.
That's
The
awesome.
picture in the box is the 1-to-1.
I'm not a huge fan of the big vertical grips, like the B5, even the BCM one that you got on your Daniel. That's
actually
a little
like
too.
that
That's a
little
little too big for me. I like the Tiger Claws or this thing. This is great for me, and it's got a little bit of a ridge to it, so that your fingers or like your pinkies can ride up a little bit.
Ambidextrous. You can run it either way.
Yeah, it's an ambi vertical grip.
It's
super
vertical
cool.
no matter which way you do it.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
the one thing on this would be pistols.
Yeah.
The box does say vertical grip on it,
It
so
does say
I
that.
don't think there's any getting out of that one.
No.
I
But
do
you can SBR a pistol for.
This
for
is
free.
always kind of fun. They have FDE, MCB, and ODG colors
They do.
available.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have everything quite yet, if they've released them all in this, because this is relatively new.
This is the one I could find on the shelf.
It's so
very quickly.
ridiculously
Yeah.
small.
It's like
Yeah.
itty bitty. But I don't
I
know.
like it.
I like small. I mean, this is great weight savings. Does it have a weight on the box there? This is like great weight savings. I think obviously there's no hardware in it
I
yet.
think
That'll
we have
add
a
an ounce or
gunfighter
two.
in the. I'm gonna go look.
Yeah.
Go take a look.
Yeah, a gunfighter. Like, I just like smaller grips. You know what I'm saying? Like smaller vertical grips because I'm never broomsticking this. You know, that's not something that people are doing that much these
Yeah,
days.
I mean, unless you're carrying like from a sling or something, just like retaining at that point.
right.
But when you're actually shooting, I don't find like the straight vertical grip hold that comfortable.
Do we know why? I'm actually not familiar with the history. Maybe you are, Charlie. Do we know why all these laws exist with SBRs and vertical grips? Like why? Like who thought that? Oh, if you have a vertical grip on your gun, all of a sudden it's way more dangerous, and it now needs to be an SBR.
I mean, I think it all goes back to the Tommy gun, man.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you look at the
Yeah.
Tommy gun; it had that foregrip on it. Now was it vertical, and a lot of it just goes into bad law writing. I'm sure if they thought about someone saying no, it's angled at
Yeah.
the time of writing it, they would have included that.
Yeah. So these are more traditionally sized.
So this one's the BCM, and then this is the larger mag pull grip. I still think the BCM gunfighter is just going to be better overall because you can run it either way and actually change the way that it feels on.
and
your
could you
grip.
put this on a pistol? Because it's angled, you know?
No, it's still the same. It's considered a vertical grip.
Well,
I mean, I would.
it says angled on the box.
That would be in the fuck around and find out territory, gray area.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I would ask how much do you really need it on a pistol? But at the same time, it is
How much
technically an
real
angled
estate do
grip.
you have if you're
so-
running like a 7 or a 9-inch handgun?
To be honest, the biggest reason why I've wanted to SBR my current pistol is because it's so short that
you can
I've,
put a hand like a stop on it.
yeah, because
And
to have my wrist in, like, I think I've
Mm-hmm.
talked about this before on the show, but like just to have my wrist that into my like stomach, my elbow kind of in. tucked
Well, and
into
so
myself,
that's where a lot
way
of
more
these,
comfortable to have
like,
it.
the argument is made is this is a grip.
Sure.
Now, the argument of vertical, I don't think there's actually been a precedent set in a court ruling on like this versus that and angled and a pistol, not an SBR.
Okay.
That's one that like someone's gonna have to be a guinea pig at some point for to figure out like how the Supreme Court rules on that. I don't want to be that person.
Can you imagine going to the Supreme Court over a freaking $8 piece of plastic?
Well, and the wording angled versus vertical.
Yeah.
When do you know how much money you have to spend in order to get up to the Supreme Court? Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
like the level, like you have to go through what 5 levels.
Well,
or
and that
whatever
means that you
courts
were
at that
found
point?
guilty
Yeah.
of it on the way,
Or you lost and then
or
they
or
appeal
the
back.
prosecution side is actually trying to get you to be guilty because you were already proven innocent. But so like your problem, how like you don't want a grippable item, is you can go more to like a hand stop or the Stinger ergonomic grip.
Or
or
MFG,
the, like, the Typh-
MFG, the Magpul MFG, the angled one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
the
Or
AFG is
Tiger
still-
Claw,
Or the AFG.
Difrico.
I think the AFG is still considered like a vertical grip.
No, the AFG
No.
is the one that's like.
Yeah.
No, that's not a vertical
It's
grip.
it's like
Yeah, it's not a vertical grip at all. I mean, I would say discuss with your lawyer if that's the way you're thinking, but
I just like to think like this.
Yeah.
there's a very clear definition of what vertical is out there, and that is in the wording. So
Yeah, yeah.
I personally don't put much care towards it.
So you think the
but
Tiger Claw is also
I
an
wouldn't say
angled
that's
grip?
easily graspable.
No, I wouldn't say that either. But I don't know. Like it's still
And
it's
so-
still
and
vertical. Like
so this is the gray area. here.
yeah, yeah.
And
I've
like-
seen guys make videos with the Tiger Claw because they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Aha, screw the ATF! I got a Tiger Claw in mine, whatever," and it's a
Yeah,
pistol.
and you know
I'm
what?
Like, okay.
I guess in my opinion of it, that is all secondary stuff
Mm-hmm.
that's going on. That's like you did something, now they're throwing every little thing they can at you.
Yeah.
Versus
It's like telling the IRS you don't owe them $4 and now they're auditing you.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like again, this has been a law for years, and I don't know of a Supreme Court decision over like this particular issue.
Well, there's not that many Supreme Court like rulings on
Well,
ATF,
even a circuit court.
ATF rulings.
Well, even a circuit court.
Right. Because that's the problem with the ATF, right? They just like make these rulings, and it's like, well, wait, is this like actual legal whatever? You know what I'm saying? And it's like it technically all is, but like again, there's not a lot of like law on the books for that. You know what I'm saying? There's like rulings for it.
And I think the ATF is included in this. I think sometimes they forget that they don't get to write law.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They can create their own interpretation and enforce that interpretation, and then it can go to court. and then the judges can make the final decision when it gets there. But the thing is, they won't make a decision until it gets there.
Like when you see the brace stuff, that was the ATF trying to interpret
Biden-era.
it was the ATF trying to interpret a law in a way that essentially wrote a new law.
Yep.
And that's why it got shut down, because like, hello, you're not a lawmaker, you can't do that.
Well, and
That's
this is
not how our
all,
government works.
like, I mean, well, we don't want to get too political, but I'll say that this is all just like more examples of executive overreach stuff. I don't care who's like in the office. It's just like, I don't need the executive
it?
branch making all these decisions. Like, it should be legislature, even how crazy they might be. Or
DBOS
not as
firearms
good.
or King of Customs, the felony, not a felony. Horizontal
yeah,
foregrip
yeah,
versus
yeah.
vertical foregrip.
Horizontal foregrip, so
And
mounted
at
on
what
the
point,
side.
this is no longer vertical. This is a horizontal.
What gun is it that has? Is it a machine gun that has the side mounted?
So we
grip?
used to
There's a
get
few.
get these things called grip pods issued to us. We talked about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
It's like a deployable bipod in the shape of a vertical foregrip, but it was really heavy duty, and the only thing it was really, really good for was we would put it on the side rail of the 240. That way we could use it as extra leverage to get the
Yep.
gun on our shoulder when we
Yeah.
were kneeling or standing. But
Okay.
it wasn't like part of the gun. It was just something that
You just
we did.
mount it and you just kind of
it
have
just
like
let
brace
us
it
feel
in
like
there.
Rambo. I think when it comes back to these, though, it really depends on the size of your hands. If you got
Yeah.
tiny little hands, this will probably do the trick for you. And then medium hands, and then this would be like
You don't
hands,
think it
but-
depends on your grip? Because
No,
I think
it matters more on the size of your hand.
okay.
I'm never like the thing is I'm not gripping really any of these personally. I just it's not what
Yeah.
I naturally go to.
Well, it's what I'm saying is like depending on because this is really good if you're only doing like what this photograph shows, like 2-ish fingers.
And that's probably a smaller hand.
Yeah.
He's got 3 fingers on there.
three
And
fingers.
If you got a tiny little hand, you can do that. But if you got meat paws like Charlie here, and you try to do that, probably not going to work out nearly as well.
I mean, my problem with these, I always feel like I got that much hanging off the butt of them. So it's like, why do I really need that much extra? But the other thing too is you can use these as it's like if you're trying to shoot out of like a windowsill or something, you rest it on there. You can also push it up against
like a
get
barricade stop.
Yeah,
sort of
get
deal.
some positive pressure into
What
it.
I don't like about this particular one, the SVG, I think is what they call it. I wonder what that stands for.
Stubby vertical
Stubby
grip.
or
yeah.
short.
I'm going with the stubby.
Stubby vertical.
This
grip.
one is the RVG.
Yeah, I need
The
to remember
really
all these
vertical
names.
grip.
I used
regular.
to know all of the Magpul stock names, like the acronyms, what they meant by like by hand when I was doing the
By head memory.
yeah, by head memory. Anyway, what I don't like about this is, at least as of now, maybe there's another one. At least as of now, there's no pick rail. So there you go. I have to use it on M-Lock, which is super sad for my pick rail loving
I've been
self.
coming around to M-Lock over the last year or
So
so since I've been here.
actually, I think there's a reason that you don't see it in pick rail right now.
Yeah.
Is pick rail you're going to see something more like this, where it's actually this is what you are gripping compared to like the modified C clamp, where you got that as
That is
for the
much harder
stop.
to do with quad rails, I will say.
Yes,
Like, it's
and
hard-
I think that's also like it's just not comfortable to do a quad rail. So why do it?
yeah.
Where now if you are all accessoried out on your quad rail, you're more than likely going to be holding it by the vertical grip then. So I think that's kind of why. There's probably some underlying reason there.
I mean, at the end of the day, the only thing anyone ever does with a firearm is shoot a stage or a course of fire in competition. So you don't need these at all ever. Period.
Yeah.
So that's what I was told.
I mean, even if you're out, even if you're running around, you got it slinged, like, I don't know, do you need it, do you not? I mean, unless, like, you are truly carrying it all day long.
Yeah, that's the reason that I like those is they make it easy to rest your rifle on your gear if you're doing a huge movement. So, like, if you do, like, 18, 20, 25-kilometer movements up into the mountains, you get tired. And when you get
like all of
tired-
us are doing, at home.
like,
We're all doing
unless you
18,
live in,
25
like,
kilometer
on the
movements.
Rockies or the Appalachians or the Smokies.
even out in like a tree line or something, it's nice to be able to just rest the vertical foregrip
Yeah.
on your gear and have the rifle still vertical, and then you get to like let your arm down for a minute and like not hold the rifle and it's still kind of held up. I mean, you could argue that you could do the same thing if you just have your quad rail sitting on it
just
or something, or a
dude,
magazine resting on top of a magazine pouch.
You got to build the muscle, so you just got to suffer through it and do it.
That's right. Or hit the gym or do that. Okay, let's move on a little
I'm
bit.
gonna get these back out of here.
Let's see. The next one,
I
we'll leave.
feel like some of these that we open, we should like put a prize in them.
Extra sticker or something like that.
Yeah, so, like just something fun in them. So whoever.
We'll leave some of the really interesting thing. I think I want to test some of these out at the range, but we're going to save those for a little bit later in the podcast. So
I think we could take that one and like put it on a pistol.
this. I got
Pistole.
this right here, and then I got
These
this.
are new products.
And I got these right here. These aren't new products, but I actually wanted to talk about them. So we have a lot of new kits that
okay.
are new. So a lot, and I just brought a couple of examples here. And there's way more to the kits than just the grip and the stock. There's like lower parts. There's
These are like builder kits.
builder kits, exactly. So like there's lots of builder kits, and I wanted to get your guys' thoughts.
The JNLs
Yeah.
just need lower.
Yeah. There's like lots of there's lower parts, there's triggers, and they're all brand specific. If
Yep.
you look on the
We got some Wooks ones,
exactly.
Hogue ones.
If you look on the place that you can think about and look up on, if you want to, you'll see that we
Luth.
got tons of different like kits, and they're all brand specific. And I just want to, I guess I was never involved in like the planning of that or whatever, or like why we have all these different brand kits and who they're for and why we might want to do that. So I'm kind of interested, like, what are your guys' favorite brands of like lower kits or parts to go with? Do you a la carte them, or do you guys try to stick to one specific brand?
Well, I mean, when it comes to looks, a lot of the brands are designed around a specific look, and then they're everything like accompanies itself.
It looks very clean together.
The
Magpul-
accoutrement, if you will.
Magpul's a great example. If you get like a B5 stock and then a Magpul like FDE grip, it might not look exactly the same.
Yeah,
even though they
or,
are somewhat the same.
You know, a lot of them, like when the manufacturer does a stock and then say they're going to do a grip, it's not like they're looking at a completely different stock than the one they manufactured to design the grip. So a lot of like Wooks, for example, wood stock, wood grip.
Yeah.
Hogue, they got the overmold cheek riser on their overmold stocks, overmold grips. Kind of go together. I mean, a lot of it comes down to personal taste always, but what we've found is like people either want just kind of like cheap, run of the mill A2, just whatever they can get. They got a cheap lower that they just want to build into a budget gun to like build up the arsenal, bring to the range.
Yeah.
Might be their first one, and they're on a serious budget on it. And you can do a lot on a budget these days, but kind of the goal was just kind of that one click. You don't really have to think about it. You don't have to like.
You have to go hunt for everything.
Yeah. So a lot of the kits, it's like if you got a lower, you click this and.
Yeah.
Or not even if you have a lower. Like if you went to the Academy Sports
Yep.
and you bought the M&P 15,
Yep.
your very first rifle, and you want to just upgrade, because these are also super easy upgrades. too.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so
And
yeah,
we also include what
we've
triggers.
had the furniture kits for a while.
Yeah, we also include like triggers, lower parts.
Yep. Lower parts kits.
I think some of them have like buffer tubes and stuff like that too,
Yep.
like color upgrade kits.
So it's
and
good
stuff.
for baby's first gun, too.
Yeah. So like we've had the furniture kits for a while. That's like handguard, grip, buttstock to like, and then we have like the color upgrade kits, stuff like that. But the JNL kits are just need lower. So like literally this plus a lower equals lower receiver.
Boom. Yeah.
So yeah, and Sam worked on those a bit this last quarter. We got some more coming out.
Yeah. Sam's been on the podcast a bunch of times. Do you guys, when you guys are building, do you guys try to get? I mean, do you guys build guns around? I know you got that Wooks build, Charlie. We've talked about that for
I just did a
for a
Wooks
while.
build yesterday.
Yeah, you did that, and so
Go grab it.
is that something? Is that something? Yeah, I actually haven't seen that yet. Is
not
that
quite
something
done.
where you guys are building around the furniture kit that, or do you like kind of have an idea of, oh, I'm gonna do this one furniture kit, or I'm gonna mix and match?
Use case, curiosity. Like I am not tied to one thing personally.
Okay. So if you get a Magpul stock, you're like, now I need to get a Magpul like K2 or K2 plus. Okay.
No, it's like Difrico. They don't even make stocks. Look at
Okay.
this baby.
Yeah, that looks good. See, that's like the matching, Wooks kit right there.
Yeah.
This isn't done yet. That's why the red cover is still on
I
the
feel
barrel.
like I feel like this needs to go ODG. But I don't think
Still
we'll have time.
debating on maybe flipping that safety to the other side. That
yeah.
safety is not working as well as I had hoped with the grip. It kind of catches. This is cleared, but it catches on that side.
Yeah.
And it caught on the other side too, which is why I initially flipped it. I was hoping it would solve it. but,
Interesting.
I don't know. I'll probably end up just flipping it back, and then I might have to
The ODG with the wood actually ends up looking quite nice.
I like it with
pretty
the.
earthy.
I was torn between the FDE and the black, so I put it together with the black ejection port cover and all the FDE furniture. I think I'm going to change the ejection port cover and the charging handle to FDE, so it's an FDE ODG, and then we'll probably have it so it's basically all three.
SEWOOD.
Yeah, it's all the colors.
Yeah.
But yeah, this gun's super cool.
So, yeah, so,
the
like-
buttstock is so heavy on the Wook stuff.
Yeah.
I was just actually going to see where the balance point is on it right now.
It's so rear heavy. And I haven't even put weights. So it's got the adjustable weight buffer, and I haven't even put the weights in it yet because we're not ready to test fire it. So it's like very.
Yeah, it's like right there.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, the tang.
That is so
there.
far back.
Yeah.
We'll get a muzzle device on it and scope. Hopefully, scope's going to be pretty neutral weighted.
I don't think the muzzle device is going to add too much either.
But if you did a can on the end of this,
Oh, yeah.
you'd be bringing some weight out, and you'd definitely be getting kind of right where you want to be.
You put
getting right
a
out in here.
bipod because
Yeah.
we got I have an Arca mount for that as well. So
Or
it's
like,
designed for a bipod.
or like a flashlight or something. I don't know.
Well, this is a 350 Legend.
Oh,
so
that's true.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
you
for a
don't really
straight-wall
want
cartridge.
You don't really want to put a flashlight on there. But
And I don't know if-
I'm going to go blind the deer quick.
yeah,
we're
yeah.
just- I think they
Oh,
call it-
headlights.
yeah,
Nope,
so I
that's
think they
just
call
me
that-
with my
I
flashlight.
think they call that
baby.
spotlighting.
Yeah.
It might be illegal,
That is very illegal in this state. Yeah, and most states, I think.
especially if you have a straight wall cartridge law.
Anyway, back to which we don't anymore. But anyway, back to like the furniture kit stuff. Josh, what is your like preferred kit? I know you like the Daniel Defense
I
stuff.
do really like the Daniel Defense stuff. Has or historically been number one, but I've been opening up my horizons a little bit over the past year. I do really like the Daniel Defense. They've got that rubberized molding on their stock, which makes it really comfortable for
Like
my
the
beard.
Hogue.
It doesn't pull my beard hair out, and I really do like their pistol grip as well. The one thing I don't like about their grip is it's a one piece, so
yeah.
it
With
includes the trigger guard. So you
There
can't
are
change it.
there are some
really?
there are some that don't include the trigger guard. You can get that. My grip does not include the trigger
It's
guard
probably
on
an
my
older.
gun.
It's probably an older one then. 'Cause
Potentially.
the new ones usually come with the trigger guard like pre-permanently attached to it.
I
But
think
I do
it's
like the grip still, regardless.
I think it's the Ergo grips. They come with the plug for the trigger guard.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're running the flat mil spec trigger guard, there's a little gap there between the grip and the trigger guard, and they come with the plugs built in.
See,
So
if I had,
I
see,
do
you got to
not
cut
like-
those off.
I run the Solvin extended magwell, and that does come with a trigger guard. That's actually how it
That's how it
stays there.
mounts.
And so if I had the Daniel Defense grip with the integrated trigger guard, it wouldn't work
CJ,
very well.
you got to cut your fingernails, bro.
Yeah, I know. They're getting out of control.
Yeah.
We get comments like that sometimes on B-roll where his fingernails are in that. I don't know. Maybe you play guitar or something.
You got,
Sometimes.
you got a pinky nail that's really long.
Sometimes. Don't worry about it.
No, yeah. So for me, Daniel Defense is number one. I really like the Riz 2 rails. I think we've talked about that. I really like all of the rest of their furniture as well. Their lower parts, if we're just talking about building a raw gun, their lower parts are, I think, a little overpriced. I think a lot of them might even come from Geisley.
Okay.
I know their triggers are coming from Geisley, but like, they're advertised that way. It's like it's a Geisley SA something trigger in the Mark 18, but. So yeah, Daniel's at the top, but they're really high end. I really started to like the B5 stuff. Has been really nice. You know what? Underrated handguard is actually the UTG quad rails. If you like quad rails, very underrated. Our Pro Builder kit, I think, is probably up there. It punches way above its weight for the price.
Let me ask this question: is a handguard part of the furniture?
Oh yeah,
That is?
100%, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you're talking furniture kit, 9 times out of 10, that's going to include a handguard.
Okay, that's gonna include a handguard. Okay.
Yep.
for
I mean,
sure.
like literally the 3 pieces that I would consider a furniture kit: handguard, grip, stock.
That Wook's handguard is a little tricky. If anyone ever does the Wook's handguard, it's kind of expensive. First things first, it's kind of expensive, but it's nice. It's like $329, $350. I think we might have it for like
It changes with lengths, too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it gets exponentially more expensive the longer the length is. I think that's the 14.5.
Yep.
So
That's
it's
the
like the
longest
most
one that they
expensive
make.
one. But the tricky thing with it is the screws have to line up with the holes in the barrel nut. And it took me a little bit to kind of figure
Yep.
that out. There's no instructions. So it's kind of like you just have to, you kind of just figure it out while you're doing it.
We
It's
should
not
probably
super
make
hard,
an
but-
instructional video for that.
Instructions are always funny because when they don't include them, that usually means that they need to be installed by a qualified professional.
I guess
and
technically we're
So there's
qualified.
some
qualified.
liability in there, and like when you include instructions. So if you don't include instructions, like you kind of not as much liability.
Not liable. Did I ask this last time we had the Wook stock on here? What are you M-locking to the back here? Exactly. The
GoPro
back,
mount?
The back on the sides. A GoPro mount? That's probably a good
And
idea.
what tactical koozie holder?
Okay.
You could put one of those
Shotgun holder? Shotgun shell holder?
You could put like a round, like a bullet
Yeah.
scabbard. I forget the right word. It's
Oh,
quiver.
you put extra.
like a bullet quiver or
Oh, yeah.
something.
Yeah.
If you're
Yep.
because if you've got like a 3-round limit or something in the gun, having that
Shoot it
back
like a
there is-
bolt gun?
Yeah,
just
a
like
little
put
bit
it
like a
right
bolt
there in
gun.
the breech.
I mean, you could
Then
do
again, you got a round right where your face is going. Not super comfortable.
you could do a pick rail. I mean, you could do a 45 offset red dot if you wanted to. M-lock the pick rail to a 45 offset mount, or like I don't know. What do you want to do?
I'm just wondering what I should put there, because there's
options are
already
open.
if you said, oh, you put a QD mount there, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, but there's already a QD right there that comes with it.
So the options
like-
are open for what you want to do with it.
They
true.
might have a riser or something.
That would actually be really cool.
On the
You
side?
could probably put probably put like an M-lock riser or something on the stock.
Yeah.
Someone come over like that.
A cheek
or-
riser. Yeah.
I mean, you might even be able to 3D print something that
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
It doesn't get a ton of stress on it.
It
so.
wouldn't look as cool, but
I'm just wondering, like, I don't know if that's in some product video I've never seen or whatever, but yeah, that's pretty
I
cool.
mean, the space is there, so why not? You know, kind of the one downside of the Wook stuff is stock's a little heavy.
can you take that stock off? Because there's something interesting about that stock. The one thing I posted this on Twitter yesterday after I finished building it, everyone really liked it. But the most common question is, how much does that weigh? How much does it weigh? How much does it weigh? And it's like, without the stock, the rest of the wood is super lightweight. And for the record, if you ever do go with the Wook stuff, make sure you buy the trigger grip pin separately, unless you're upgrading and you already have one, because it does require a mil-spec trigger pin and it does not come with one. But the stock is the heaviest part out of all the Wook stuff. And I think, Charlie, you Cerakoted one, and you said there's like a big aluminum block. in
Yeah,
that
it's
thing.
not the metal. Or sorry, it's not the wood that's heavy. So like the handguard's actually like light.
Very light.
So inside the back here, there's a big aluminum block that essentially is what the spring and buffer are pushing against. But yeah, just like this is a giant piece of billet here.
Yeah.
And it's not thin. Like
yeah, that's really thick.
if you look at the edges here, they're thick there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's not made to be light. At the same time, for a hunting gun. Now, I wouldn't be bringing this up into the mountains or anything where you're going to go hike 12 miles a day, multiple days a week. But if you're walking 200 yards out to your deer stand,
It's not the worst place to have the weight.
no, it's great to have it. It's more stability. It's in tighter. So, like, technically, you're going to be more stable, especially if you're going to go put a can on it.
And I think
now you're
most-
actually counteracting that and putting your center of gravity more in the center here.
Most people are probably building these for precision-minded setups, I would assume.
No,
It's a hunt. These are a hunting thing.
Well, hunting is precision in my mind. Like, you need to hit a very small target.
100 yards is not precision.
Well.
and that's what most people are going to be shooting. I
Well,
mean,
that's true.
Especially with this is a 350 Legend. I mean, that round's good for like 300 yards
Yeah.
before it starts doing weird
If
things.
that.
I didn't say long range. I said precision.
Well,
Yeah, I would agree with precision, or
Yeah.
with CJ. Precision doesn't matter on distance. It's the same thing.
If you want to hit a quarter at 25 yards, that's still
quarter
like
MOA
precision.
quarter MOA at 100 is a quarter MOA at 1,000.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
but
That's right. Okay, let's move on a
20
little bit.
bucks
We've
is
talked
20 bucks.
we've talked about Wook stuff like 3 weeks in a row. It feels like.
No,
so
we haven't.
this next one's a bundle.
we were in Wisconsin last week. What are you talking about?
Let's see here. We'll move these
Hack.
off to the side. So not just this, but
KK,
also
not KC.
Charlie's favorite, and
Loctite.
then also
This is just
Oh,
hold on,
and also this.
listen to this.
Oh yeah,
I love opening the
satisfying.
boxes that do that.
Those are cool. So this is another bundle that I found
if you
on.
have fun with that, the Geisley buffer, I call it a box, but it's a cylinder.
Oh yeah, yeah.
With the
You, like,
buffer and the
twist off?
spring. You can just boing, boing, boing. Yeah, it probably looked bad.
That one is a lot of fun. So we have here the
I know where you're going.
that is the Wojtek adjustable gas block.
Yep.
This is the down vent.
This is the CAC downward venting BCG. So instead of the ports on the side, it has the downward
You want to get that closer to the
it
camera?
has the downward
Turning
ports there.
translucent mags opaque.
And then we also have the Radian Raptor SD. So these are all gas mitigating items. So if you want to build out like the ultimate gas busting or gas mitigating thing, especially if you're using a super high back pressure can, something like that.
Maxwell's really disappointed in you right now.
Why?
He told us his eating a groundhog story, and now you got a Radiant Raptor.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying like there's multiple of these kits. I figured since we talked to Breek all last week, we could talk about some other brands as well.
Bringing Radiant.
Right, exactly.
Radiant
So
does good stuff.
Yep.
Radiant does great stuff. A lot of people like Radiant. So I just wonder, what do you guys think of these gas busting type of setups, and what I guess does anybody run one of these? This is something that I'm interested to thoroughly test. I shot this when we did our viewer built gun, where we had the YouTube Shorts build a gun. That video's since been taken
If I
down,
was a
but I'll have to
lefty-
re-upload that.
All day.
Yeah, for sure.
All day long as a lefty. Because especially if you're shooting a righty gun, that like worth the money. Like honestly, if you're gonna go to a range and you aren't even bringing a gun, your buddy's bringing an AR. Bring one of these with you and
if you're a lefty.
yeah, because now you aren't taking all that gas to the face. As a righty, you really don't notice it much because it's all going out.
Well, especially if
still
you
gonna-
have something like this, where
You're
you
still
have
gonna
something
get
venting off to the
some
side.
gas. This
Yes.
doesn't do all of it, but this does push a lot of the gas down into the magazine.
Yes, and so that's the trade-off there.
Yeah.
Is you're pushing into your magazine, so your magazines you're gonna have to clean them a little more often. And
Do people care? Like, has anybody been like, "Oh, my magazine's dirty"?
Yeah, over time it matters.
I know people that competitive shooting, they clean their mags after every stage. If that thing touches the ground, it gets cleaned.
Wow.
Because it only takes one thing to cause a problem. And so a lot of the competition side, even the duty side, mitigate things that could be an issue. Get rid of everything you can. So I wouldn't necessarily want like excessive carbon buildup and gas in my magazines over time. But now if it's like one of those things that like you're truly in a fight or flight situation, how often are you reusing magazines? You know?
Hopefully, you have enough on you.
Yeah, so like it's not a problem. Like really, it's not a problem today. It's a problem tomorrow.
Yeah.
But and then if you have a translucent magazine,
Well, that's true. I've actually wondered that too. Of like, I wonder
bad
how.
is it?
Yeah, I wonder how dirty. Maybe that's something we can do when we go to the range. Is grab
it gets
translucent
bad with
mag.
just regular side venting.
Yeah,
bolts.
because what I'd like to do is test with just like normal mil-spec stuff, right? With like a can on it, and lube that thing up like crazy, like we did out at the range with Breek. Lube that thing up like crazy, just
mean
pour
with,
it down.
Griffin?
Griffin, my bad. Just pour it down the tube and make it crazy, and then shoot it with mil-spec stuff, and then shoot it with this and see what the difference is. My thought with the Radiant Raptor, what I've noticed about it, we've done 1 or 2 videos with this, is the shelf on the back isn't as high as something like the Breek or the Griffin.
The Griffins
Yeah,
are
the
super
Griffin.
high and I'd really
So what I
lock
mean
up.
by the shelf is this thing right here at the back, and you have basically a really good, I don't want to say lockup, but
Hold on, I got one that's already open.
Guess what?
Need two
yeah.
way.
It comes out of
It's
that
not
package.
tamper-proof packaging, boys.
Yeah, there you go. So it's
So
like
the shelf is this area here, the little rise.
right.
So on this, here's the sledgehammer.
Yeah, it'll come up basically, and it'll be flush
Yep.
with this ridge right here.
Where
And so
if you want to grab the Radiant CJ and kind of hold it up, there's other side. Let the camera see.
Let me just put it in real quick.
yeah,
All right, here. I got it.
there won't be. Yeah, there won't. There basically will be more of an opening.
That one's yours. Those pins suck. Takedown pins, man.
Oh man, do you need a what do you call it? You have one of these. Just don't scratch anything.
Yeah, don't be using metal on that. What are you doing?
But what I was trying to say is there'll basically be more gas leakage coming up from that, potentially. This might do such a good job deflecting the gas to begin with, and with the downward venting as well, that it'll just shoot straight down. You won't get much of that.
Yeah,
but
this creates a little bit of like a Tesla valve kind of scenario where as the gas flows, it's going to like crash into itself and just stop it.
well, when you combine that with also the Woj with adjusting the gas so you get as
Don't put the bolt in.
minimal.
That's still new, FYI.
So you can get as minimal amount of gas as possible coming back through. I mean, that's like ideal.
Needs a little lube.
Yeah, or a little grease.
Yeah, so now you can see there's a little bit more of a overhang, if you will.
Yeah.
A little more of a cliff coming off the pick
So
rail.
some gas could escape through up here as well instead of deflecting it back down and out.
Yeah, if anything, it's not that you aren't going to stop the gas from escaping. We put a hand on that quick just so it doesn't fall.
Yeah.
Essentially, now it can just come out at more of an angle here, where if you come up more, the gas is going to start coming out at an angle up higher. So it's just a lot more likely. And then also it's just more restriction as well. So
Yeah.
there might be a little gas saving there.
Right. And this does, I believe, it has it does. Or no, it doesn't.
the side venting hole?
Yeah, some gas busting charging handles like the Breek. Yeah, the Breek does have it. Has
got the vents on the back.
The vents on the back, or one vent on the back, so that the gas deflects out. I believe the Griffin's the same way. A bunch of charging handles do it. The Raid Works, I believe, has it as well.
There's one that does not.
Which one is that? Well, the Warhammer doesn't have it, but that's not
the
gas.
Warhammer's
That's
not.
not gas busting.
There's
at
a
all.
sledgehammer that does not have the hole.
Is that right? Well, isn't that the Omnibuster? It has it on the other
Oh,
side.
yeah, it's a
The,
lefty.
the
one.
lefty-friendly one.
Yeah. It has.
So-
They do have the vents on the other side.
Yeah, if you're a lefty shooting suppress, that CAC downward venting and the Breek
Omnibuster,
Buster,
yeah.
that's kind of the left-handed solution there.
Yeah, so that's a really good. Or you can get a left-handed upper too. That would be pretty cool. I've never actually shot with one of those because I'm a righty, but that would be. I'm sure Zach would like that. I'm surprised that Zach doesn't have one of those.
I'm pretty sure he converted his Tavor to lefty.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can do that pretty easily with a Devore.
The Tavor is so bad for left-handed shooters. So Ronnie is left-handed from American Marksman. Oh,
yeah.
I have a Tavor, and I brought it to the range in Texas a while back, and we had him shoot it. And it's just he knew it was going to be a bad experience, but he wasn't sure. So he shouldered that thing up and shot, and it just ejected right into his face every time he pulled the trigger because the ejection port is back near your shoulder.
Yeah, 'cause it's
only
a
the
bull-
thing,
it's a
just
bull pup,
smacking
yep.
you in the face.
Yeah, it's right
the
there.
whole time.
I always thought bullpups were like the coolest thing
Until you
in
shoot
the
one.
future because that's what all the guns in Halo that the
16-inch
humans use.
barrel, but it looks like an SBR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what all the guns in Halo were the bullpups.
So the hardest thing about shooting the Tavor especially, and I can bring it in, you guys can feel it, the manual of arms on it is so much different than an AR-15.
Well, it's a completely different gun.
You have to completely retrain everything you've ever done. Like an AK compared to an AR-15 is not that much different because the magazine's in the same spot. But when the magazine's under your armpit, it is a totally different experience.
The other thing, too, is just they aren't that pleasant to shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you have a comp on there. Right in the face, man. Like, those things suck.
We do have a whole
And they're fun. They look cool, but
video script that we could do as bullpups versus AR-15s,
So-
and that would actually be kind of an interesting one to do.
So the other thing you brought, CJ, is the adjustable gas block.
Yes, I hate these things, but not the Woj in particular. But I did a whole video on why I don't like adjustable gas blocks. But Charlie, can you explain why, or you, Josh, either one of you guys, can you guys explain
I'm
why
on this podcast.
having adjustable helps mitigate gas if you don't want just like the most gassy thing possible? Because this is in the kit. These all come in like a bundle. The Woj and the
Oh, yeah.
Radiant and the CAC. These are all a bundle on the place that you can go find bundles. So so Charlie, can you explain
Bundles
why?
are us.
Can you explain why this is in the bundle and why that would be necessary or not necessary, but why someone should want that whole kit?
Because he thought the Logitech was cool.
Less gas back
Yeah.
Okay.
equal better.
The perfect
Shall I
amount
say
of
more?
gas back.
Shall I say more?
Sure.
It's the perfect amount of gas back
Yeah.
is more better. Because, I mean, the gun will function if it's over gas, but then you're going to chew on more gas.
Yeah, so there's a common term of overgassed.
What does that mean? We've said it.
You know,
few times
that's
on
a
the show.
great question. Because usually that means that your buffer is too light. So it's not necessarily for the amount of gas coming back, you want to essentially
See the
balance out,
comment section already.
right? you want to balance out the reciprocating side so you aren't beating stuff up harder than you need to. Well, if you go with like just a stock low profile or like an A2 gas block, front sight post gas block, whatever, Usually the hole in the gas block is larger than the hole in the barrel. That allows a little variance for alignment when you go put it all together. But the problem comes in they're usually set up to be like, if the way that you bought it, the amount of gas coming through the barrel was the perfect amount of gas needed to cycle it.
That's a premium gun.
Well, just like say every gun, like that's the mil spec. As soon as you get a little buildup in the gas block, the BCG, the gas tube, it's not going to cycle anymore. Okay, so what do? Well, let's push 140% gas through. So now you can have up to 40% blockage.
Theoretically.
Numbers. Like just making shit up.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Numbers wise. But now you can get some blockage and stuff, and it's still going to run. It's still going to have enough gas. So therefore, you are over gassing it. So yes, you are sending more gas back than you need, but at the same time, if you're sending 140% back, you have an additional 40% pressure beating everything up, where if you go with a heavier buffer, possibly a heavier spring, you can actually like lighten up that recoil impulse feeling and not beat stuff up as much. But you might be closer to that, like instead of 140% over gas, you might be 110% over gas.
Yeah. How do you know if your gun is overgassed? Just the fact that it's a stock
Ejection
gun.
pattern.
Yeah, ejection pattern, or it's just not working. That would be overgassed. But
I mean,
Is it
Yeah,
possible
too
to-
fast
could-
is
you
the thing.
could-
Too
Is it
fast
really?
is the
Go too
thing.
fast,
I
yeah.
actually think that was one of our major issues with that 6-arc build
Yeah, it
is
was
overgas.
overgas.
Okay.
Yeah, because we adjustable gas block. I believe there's a carbine buffer in there,
Yeah.
and I believe it was just going so fast and sliding right over the mag that it wouldn't catch. It wouldn't pick up the next round, and it was actually pushing those rounds into the chamber with so much force because the buffer was so light that it could build up that momentum so quickly that like the case getting stuck was actually a side effect of the speed shooting it forward into the chamber.
yeah, no, that makes sense. 'Cause
And then
those
you
were-
go to an H3
It
buffer.
would also explain why there was the gouge mark inside of the brass casing, is there was just too much kinetic energy.
That thing was getting thrown in there like a football from Tom Brady. Huck it, chuck it, football. now Pat Mahomes.
6mm arc over the mountain.
Over them there mountains. But so going to an adjustable gas block is you can like take that 140% like from a non-adjustable and bring it down to 100% or 110%. You can get it to where your gun runs.
But that does have also
Side
the
effects.
The side effect of it's not overgassed. It also say you're
Temperature.
Yeah, say you're at sea level one day and the next level you're at 9,000 feet
pressure, baby.
elevation, or it's December when you tune it, and then all of a sudden the next time you go shoot it's May.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean that's actually kind of the ideal is you tune it in the cold, get it at 100% in the cold, like worst conditions for energy transfer. That's usually going to be cold and higher elevations compared to hot and lower elevations. So I think at the end of the day, like I personally like them for tuning guns in.
Sure.
Now, for utmost reliability long term, I would not run one.
You would not run one for reliability reasons.
If like the goal is I am not touching this for the life of the gun, then I am not running adjustable.
Okay.
Because the way that they work too, like Faxon has one where it actually pulls the tube forward and back, so it's actually cutting the hole off in the tube. But the smaller the hole, the faster the buildup. And non-adjustable gas blocks do go bad from carbon buildup over time. Now we're talking a lot of rounds here.
Are those a low profile or just like any gas block?
Any gas block
Yeah.
will go bad. I mean, if you shoot a gun 10,000 rounds, what happens to everything internally? Carbon buildup.
Yeah.
You get a nice thick layer. It's real chewy. It's sweet. From
And there's
that
no way
lead.
to really beat that, is there? Like,
Well, so
you
with,
it just
with
is what
machine
it is.
guns, this is going to happen with any gas-operated gun, and I got to bring it back to machine guns. So the 240 has
Our
a really
weekly machine gun learning
So the
from
240
Josh.
Golf has a really elegant solution for this, but they solved it in the Bravo because it also causes problems. With the Golf, you have what's called a gas regulator plug, and it's got a triangular base on it with 3 different size holes.
Yep.
And while you're blasting away,
Open
at
her
a-
up.
Yeah, while you're blasting away at a support by fire position and you're shooting 8,000 rounds in an hour, the carbon buildup buildup is going to start to slow down the rate of fire on the gun, so you'll get what's called a sluggish gun. The way to combat that is to adjust that to a larger hole on the gas regulator
That's
plug.
what that means. Sluggish.
Sluggish vertical grip.
So you open that gas porthole open on the gas regulator plug, and it'll increase the rate of fire so that you can basically combat that. Just through twisting that gas regulator plug. The issue with it, though, is guys were stupid, and they're like, well, if I open it up,
Full gas, baby.
if I open it up, the machine gun shoots faster.
Well, now she's running too fast.
Right. Well, it'll run at 950 rounds per minute, which the gun is designed to do, but it's not designed to do that all the time. So you would see guys snapping operating groups because they would just be running at 950 all the time. And that, I think, is why you kind of have a
reminded me,
similar thing
there,
with this.
There are a few companies where like you have the adjustment out at the end of the handguard, or there's
seen
some where there's a window cut, so you can adjust these live on the fly.
Because that's the biggest thing that not the biggest thing, but
Gimmick maybe.
that's one of the
but-
things I don't like is you need like the tool on hand to adjust something like
Yep.
that. And if like, what if you're out on the range and what Josh is right, like it's
Especially
May,
if you're working a gun like this where there's very little access through the handguard. A lot of the times you might have to pull the handguard off.
Right.
JP, they have one where it's a Phillips screwdriver. So I'm sure most people can find a Phillips screwdriver that has a shaft this long. That'll fit down most handguards, and you can do it that way.
He said shaft.
You know what I would like to see, because they do have BCGs that are adjustable as well.
Yep.
They have the ones that you can come in from the side, so you don't need
who
to
is
take
that,
apart
Bootleg?
anything. I forget who that is actually
I
off the
think
top
it's
of my
like
head.
Bootleg.
Yeah, and they have ones on the side. I would love to see a adjustable downward. I don't know if Cat can do it. Adjustable downward venting BCG.
Well, all you do
would
is
be
you
super
just
cool.
plug the vents.
Well, yeah,
That's basically how you could adjust it.
Well,
yeah.
and that's what the adjustment's doing,
yeah.
essentially. Well,
True.
Yeah, and essentially that's all it's doing is just allow.
How would you plug those though? Like,
Yeah.
reliably,
Or it's allowing it. Well, it's allowing more out or trapping more in. So
parts.
or it's closing up the gas.
How
key.
clean this is, though.
That's a really clean.
It's just really well made.
you
Yeah.
get that thing oily, that thing's gonna be slick AF.
Yeah.
It's a little bit heavier.
Oh yeah,
It is quite a bit heavier,
It's
yeah.
probably like an S7 tool steel or.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. This is just a nice bolt because it's got all the like grooves cutting on the rails.
11.7 ounces. It says.
Yeah, it's a heavy bolt.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a pretty
all
heavy
the
bolt.
in these grooves here where it rides, there's all these cuts, and that's essentially so if there's any like sand or anything like that in there,
Mm-hmm.
it can actually get drained out again with oil. Like the thing, you want oil to like drain.
Carpenter 158. is what
Okay,
it
so
is.
C158.
And phosphate. It is chrome lined in the
Yep,
bolt.
in the bolt area.
Yeah, the bolt area.
The internals.
So that's kind of
What do
nice.
these things cost? Because this is a really nice bolt.
This one is a bit more expensive.
250-ish.
Yeah, that one's a bit more
off the
expensive.
top of my head.
It's about $100 more than the
But
Faxon one we put in the gun that we're working on.
Yeah.
And it's double ejector
Mm-hmm.
on it, on the bolt face, and then I believe this one has an upgraded O-ring on the extractor.
And you do see these grooves as well on the
Yep,
side right
that's
here.
what I
These-
was talking
yeah,
about.
these
They're
serrations, they do help.
self-clearing.
Yeah, they do help deflect the gas down again.
Yeah, more so what they do there, those are for debris and just like carbon buildup so it can start scraping it away, but then also give it somewhere to go. And that's where the key is keep it wet, keep it draining. Oil is
will-
your friend with ARs.
Which will make things more gassy, I suppose, and when it's igniting or something like that. But honestly, if you're using a can, it's not that terrible. But
Unless
unless,
can you're using.
yeah.
depending on the can.
And if it's just a traditional like welded baffle, yeah. But if modern cans with all the flow through stuff they got going, high flow,
Yeah.
EcoFlow, high
Yeah.
flow, flow through, whatever
Flow
you wanna
through.
call it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Push the gas out the front of the suppressor, please, through.
So I'd
is what
like
we're
to
gonna call it.
test these things and just kind of see
I feel
what
like
they
we're
all
talking
do.
about tampons a little bit here.
I'd like to test these things anyway. Moving on from that, I'd like to test all three of these things and see how they do out in the field compared to a normal or just a normal like mil spec setup. I do think there will be
CJ,
quite
you're a
big
mil
difference.
spec setup.
You know, there's the one thing you say about the packaging from companies. When you see packaging like this, or you see packaging like this, you can tell the company really cares about what they're doing. It's like we saw with that O-Sight box.
Yep.
It's like
Oh, yeah.
you're not skimping on the packaging because you care about what you're doing.
Well, packaging, you'd be shocked how long package design takes. Like I've worked at places where
I hate it.
the package design is a months long process.
Well, it's
you
like
have-
this CAC one. It's literally a sticker. You buy these boxes off the shelf, but at the same time, it's not just like wrapped in paper
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just in a plastic bag like Wojtek. No offense to Wojtek there, but
They're spending money where it counts.
yeah,
one
well,
could
and
say.
a little more budget too.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, like at the end of the day, do you want to pay for packaging? Yes or no?
Well, and most of the
But-
time, these packaging, it also depends on the size of your team, because most of the time this packaging is a marketing decision, not like a engineer
It's a
design guy's
retail decision.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you run a store where people are walking up and down aisles,
This looks good, hanging on a display.
A, you need to stand out. B, people need to know what it is. So, like, next time you're out walking through your local gun store, go ask them where their handguards are. They probably have some. They're in a white box in the back corner of the store because nobody knows what's in those boxes. So, where if it was in a nice box, picture of what's in there, like, think Apple, think
Yeah.
any brand.
Right.
Go to your grocery store and look at the cereal
I'm
boxes.
thinking about it. Like the only handguards I've seen that have like really good, like the Wooks has a really good box.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
decent
Stinger,
box.
The Stinger ones are really nice.
JB Bolts are pretty nice packaging. They got the little triangle Toblerone
Radiant always
style.
has good looking stuff.
Radiant's
Say.
Radiant's got a lot of contracts.
This is the Wooks packaging
Yeah.
right here. Actually,
No URLs
Well,
on that, are there?
No,
Perfect.
But so essentially, you
Picture
know
of the thing.
You know what's in this box. You
Yeah.
know who made it. You know what it is from a real quick picture, and then you could also get this side too and know what's in there.
and then, no, this is no hate on 2A Basics, but compare that
Well,
to the 2A
that-
Basics box.
It's
be
a
hating on us.
much less expensive.
So let me ask you this: which one are you gonna buy?
if you see it on a shelf.
Yeah, not knowing the
like,
price.
or which one intrigues you?
I'm definitely going to pick this one up more, or first.
If you saw this on a shelf, yeah, you have to read to know what it is. But kind of going back to "Don't Make Me Think," this makes me think. of
Right.
what's in it? The Wooks does not.
It's almost like thumbnails for a YouTube video.
100%.
Yeah, you want to get people.
You're way too YouTube brain.
I'm way too
This is
YouTube out.
This is now the AT3 marketing podcast.
No. We got one more. We got one more thing to go through. So this is not a new arrival. I actually need your guys' help with a build that I'm doing, and I need to think. I need to know
Project, not build.
if this is a good idea. Project, yeah. I need to know if this is a good idea. So I have
I'll
Charlie.
just start with no.
Charlie, I know that
Ooh.
you've run these before. You have these.
I have one of
Strike
these as
Eagle.
well.
Josh has one of
Great
these.
value.
So I'm thinking of going with this for my next project. Is the Vortex Strike Eagle? This is the 1:8 by 24.
So I've
First
run-
focal plane. It's MOA, and it's the Strike Eagle. Speaking of good packaging, I mean this one's really great. But it's
And
Vortex.
It's funny when you go up to the Razor line.
Yeah.
It's like night and day difference packaging.
Is it really? The Razor is much nicer
so-
than this.
I ran this optic at the very first long range shooting course I took, and I ran this exact optic, the 1x8, except it wasn't an MOA. I was shooting in mil.
The mill.
I ran it out to exactly 1 mile.
Okay.
With 308.
You hit 1 mile with that.
Yes.
Wow.
It took like 18 rounds. But I was able to get it on target, and then I was consistently on target.
Okay.
At 1 mile.
Okay.
And that was with this exact optic. So this is a really good optic, in my opinion, for the price, because it's like maybe $500.
Yeah.
So for the cost, this is a really good optic.
Yeah, I'm thinking of pairing this with the Riton scope mount. That's about $140. That's kind of the in between price of what I see. A lot of the scope mounts I was seeing were plus $200, or they were like $40, and they were like very like I don't know if I would trust it to hit anything at distance.
I think when I ran this, I was running it with a Leupold.
Okay,
Like
scope mount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was
I
running.
have
was a
that.
Leupold.
I have a Riton scope mount.
And that works well
Yeah,
for you.
it's the 31-inch adaptable one.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it works fine.
There's better ones.
You know,
would say?
Riton's magnifier actually just surprised
Well,
the
that's what
heck
I'm
out
kind of
me.
wanting to do. I kind of want to play with more Riton stuff because I'm like, for the price, they seem to be like really good. I haven't had much experience with Riton that much. I think I ran one of their red dots
Is it
on.
Riton?
I don't know which one it is.
Riton?
I think right on.
Yeah, right, right on.
Right on, right,
Right
on.
on.
Right on, right on.
Right on.
So yeah, I've ran one of their optics on the CMMG when we did a upgraded CMMG Banshee video, and I wasn't that huge fan of it, but it was like a pistol red dot on a 9mm PCC, so not a great application for it. I kind of set it up for failure there, but so I'm thinking this for my next build, where I think we're gonna try to do a 100-yard test.
This is going to be overkill for 100 yards.
You think so? Okay, cool.
This is very powerful for 100 yards.
500 yards all day. Like, what caliber are you putting under it?
5.56.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no reason to go any bigger, really, unless, like,
Right.
you want a little more scope out at, like, 500-600.
Sure. I'm doing this because the last bunch of videos we've done, we haven't done LPVOs, and we keep saying next time we do this, we're going to do an LPVO, and we always do a magnifier or a 4
It's like
by.
always an AT3 optic is what we have.
Yeah. So I'm like, I want
I'm
to
a
do something
fan of
different.
LPVOs, personally. I like the 1X side of them, and then shoot two eyes open easily, like, big field of view.
I would like to get into them a little bit more, but I am very much a Prism Optics enjoyer.
Sure.
So I don't even really run.
I
red dots all
hate
that
being
much
held
on
into
rifles.
one thing.
What are the cons on this guy? Would you guys say? You guys have both ran this. I've never run it
fixed
before.
Parallax. That's from 125 yard.
125 yard. What? That's what they recommend.
So that's it's a fixed parallax on it.
Oh, I see. Can you explain for the audience who may not know,
So parallax.
or for me?
So parallax is kind of like one of these things, like, it's really hard to explain, but it's actually really easy to understand. Is if I put my finger out and I cover, we have a thermostat on the wall over there, and if I put my finger out and I cover the thermostat, if I move my head, my finger moves to the left. If I move my head to the right, and now I can see the thermostat, so therefore my finger's off target. Well, to get it back on, I need to move to the right. So the parallax setting, all that does, if you get behind your scope and you start moving your head around and that your reticle moves, your parallax is off. Ideally, you should be able to move your head around in that eye box, and your reticle should stay on target. So now, as you get to like more higher end scopes, more like versatility built in scopes, you're going to have an adjustable parallax setting, usually anywhere from like 20 out to like 1,000 yards. But this scope has a fixed parallax of 125. So with a 5.56, kind of where's the average you'd be shooting with it? Maybe 10 yards, maybe 300 yards. So 125, kind of like this happy median. There is, I believe, a formula you can do to figure out like how far off you would be with parallax. If like your parallax is this and you're shooting at that, like what is your range of error? Sure. And it's minimal. Okay. It's very minimal. So like if you buy like a purpose-driven 22 LR scope, you might have a fixed parallax of like 50 or 70 yards there.
Oh, fascinating. Okay.
And that's where like if you have a scope with a fixed parallax, you should check it to see kind of like where's the average you're going to be shooting. At what distance are you average? And
well, and that's kind of the idea with that's kind of the idea with the LPVO, right? Is that you don't exactly know what the average would be.
Yeah, but now for the caliber that you're shooting, you can kind of find an average.
Sure.
Like really close up targets, it doesn't affect as much as once you get further out. Like really, it's nothing to be like caught up on. But it's one of those specs that I don't think a lot of people like really ask about their optics or know what they do.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times you'll have an adjustment on this side for parallax settings.
Okay.
Now on this one it's just battery illumination settings.
Yeah.
But a lot of
It does
times,
have illuminated reticle, which is kind of nice.
The reticle's one of my favorite parts about this optic, actually. It's got a really
So I got a gripe.
You have a gripe?
Hot take, one might say. Hot take.
Oh my.
Is it on reticles?
No.
Okay.
Why don't scopes with illumination on the reticles have shake awake? Every time I turn that stuff on, I never turn it off. I come back, the battery's dead. Every time. Why don't they put shake awake in it?
So, but theoretically speaking, if you're shooting long range, you're going to be adjusting your windage and your elevation. And when you're done shooting, you should be returning those to zero. You should also be turning your illumination off.
Well, perfect world, yes. But guess what? I don't do it. So every time that you're done shooting with your ear pro too, you're supposed to
Turn them off.
turn the electronics off.
Yeah, and you never do that either.
You know how many people don't do that?
So I think it's mainly they're probably just trying to minimize the amount of stuff that they're having to shove in here because I don't know
You
how
can
Shake
fit it
Away
into
works.
a RMSC red dot that's like it. There's room.
Yeah.
Don't give me
This
that.
thing's huge.
Don't give me that,
compared
Josh.
to that.
I don't know. This is a question for the guys at Vortex. Why don't you guys put
Like,
Shake Away
honestly,
on?
it could fit right in here between the battery and the housing.
I mean, to be fair,
guarantee
and
you
just
the
push it
Vortex
out.
guys,
Push it out another millimeter. I don't care.
If the Vortex guys ever see this, they're just gonna put in the comments that it's a skill issue.
Yeah, tell. Yeah, on their side because they can't get it to fit. Like we're in a world of features.
To be fair, when did this optic come out? Like this, when did the last crop of like Strike Eagles come out? I think it was a while back.
I mean, they're
before,
still
like,
making them right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're still making new.
They could do like a
new
V2
renditions
or a
of them.
V3 or however many Vs
I think
there
this
been.
is a Strike Eagle 2, actually.
Yeah. So like, I mean, how many?
Oh no, this is not a 2.
So I mean, I guess if they came out with like a V3, they should totally add that in.
Does it have the lever in there?
The throw lever.
It should. I think
That's a value add if it does.
it should.
Yeah, it
should
does.
be in there.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Included throw.
That's a
lever.
win.
Absolutely.
Is this for your $1,500 upgrade?
I believe so. Yeah.
Hey.
I believe so.
You should-
is that what you're thinking?
100% don't use this. It's a garbage optic.
Yeah,
you should
no.
not use it at all.
That's why I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this. Was because like I've never personally shot with one of these. I've used LPVOs before. I've basically only used this one. I've used a SIG one. SIG was a little bit too expensive for my budget.
I think it's like $1,500.
Well, that's one of them. They have like they're ones that are all the way down to like $400. And I don't know how those compare to this, but yeah, I'm very interested to give this a try, and I think I'm on the right track. So, well, you also have the warranty on this one too, the lifetime warranty that Vortex is super
Well known for.
Yeah, so I really like this one. But that was kind of my box of goodies for the day, I suppose, guys.
Oh,
So
I'd rock this on a gun all day long.
Yeah, this is going to serve you really
Now,
well for what we're doing in that video.
the one thing with scopes, you get what you pay for.
so what don't I get for this?
Brightness, better turrets, better zero stop system. I think the Vortex Razor LPVO has their new zero stop system where you don't have to actually take the turret off and set it. It's like there's a clamp. You loosen the clamp, you turn the top, zero it,
Yeah.
tighten the clamp. You're at zero, or just as long as you're at your zero stop, you're at
The
your
one
zero
downside
stop.
for this, for me, we do have. They do have. I don't know if we have any on the shelf. I just picked this particular one off the shelf, but I do prefer Mills after our stuff in Canada and whatnot. I am a Mills believer now, so I'd rather run a Mills scope for this. But I mean, at 100 yards,
You're at a
doesn't
doesn't
necessarily matter.
You're using a holdover gun,
Yeah,
trying to dial.
yeah, yeah.
I don't think you're really going to be doing too
No.
much dialing.
I don't
with
think
this
so.
at
I don't
the
think so.
ranges we're shooting at.
No, but
It's,
this will be fun.
it's not going to make that much of a difference.
No,
to
I
it
don't.
for
I don't
you.
think so. Because I'm probably only adjusting like once when we zero stuff. So that's about it.
All right, guys, if you're still here, go down to the comments and tag the Vortex guys, and let's see if we can figure out why Charlie can't get Shake Awake in his Strike Eagle or his whatever he's running next week.
Maybe if we get 50,000 likes on this video, we can do a collab with Vortex Nation.
50,000.
That'd be so great. Yeah.
We'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.